Peace and love, black family. This is King Kong Consciousness International Ifa Tunde, Prince of Pan-Africanism, Dr. Umar Johnson. On the road to Montgomery, Alabama today. Shout out to Montgomery. I'm coming, baby. First time ever in the city that gave birth to the civil rights movement. First time ever in the city where the longest protracted struggle against white supremacy took place. So we drive into Montgomery and I see a sign that says Tuskegee Institute 15 miles. I said, whoa. I see the police. We about to go visit the grave of Booker T. Washington and Dr. George Washington Carver. That's what we about to do right now, black family. Tuskegee Institute. I'm building FDMG. It's only right that I visit. Y'all feel me, brothers and sisters? It's only right that the Prince of Pan-Africanism visits the grave of arguably the greatest black educator in American history. Booker T. Washington, who motivated and inspired the Right Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey to build the largest black organization in modern times, the Universal Negro Improvement Association, African Communities League. So we are on the road to Montgomery, Alabama, but we stopping at Tuskegee. We are on the road to Montgomery, Alabama. Doors open at 2, power lecture at 4, all children free, elders 65 and older free, college students with ID, $10 at the door. Dr. Umar debuts in Montgomery. But first, shout out to everybody who came out to Atlanta last night. But first, we're going to stop at Tuskegee Institute, brothers and sisters, where my hero, Booker T. Washington, and the greatest scientist in American history, Dr. George Washington Carver, lie in state side by side. I only been here once before, back in 2008. Drove a former girlfriend of mine all the way back to Texas. And that's too much information. But anyway, we here, baby. We here. Tuskegee. Hopefully they let us on the campus. Y'all gonna see me pour libations in a minute, brothers and sisters. I'm keeping y'all with me. The north gate is closed. This is the gate right here. Where you going, chef? I think this the gate. Nah, that ain't the gate. All right. I'm with my good brother, the chef from Atlanta. We trying to see where to get in at. Where's the main gate? If you graduated from Tuskegee, how do we get in Tuskegee to get to the grave site? I think we got to turn back around, chef. This is Black Power. Make sure y'all pre-order the new book, Black Parent Advocate. Make sure y'all pre-order the new book, Black Parent Advocate, The Art of War, for dealing with America's public and charter school system. Shout out to all the strong black brothers who've been supporting Dr. Umar. Shout out to all the strong black queens. We got to turn around. Nah, chef, we got to turn. Wait. Tuskegee Veterans Administration Hospital. We're going to have to turn around. Because now we inside the veteran spot. I don't think I'm feeling this. I don't think this is where we want to be right now. We need to ask some questions before we get arrested out here. This white folks right now. You know what? We got to turn back around. I think one of them entrances, we probably should have took one. So let me lead. I think I'm going to try to remember it, chef. We are in search of the gravesite of the greatest black educator. Forget that. Greatest educator in American history, greatest scientist in American history. Is that some black folks? I'm gonna ask these black folks, how can I get to the gravesite? Hopefully they not cooning. Let me see something. Excuse me, family, I got a quick question. Are y'all familiar with Tuskegee Institute?
No, I'm not. We're brand new here.
All right, because we looking for the grave.
I'm just coming here to work.
No problem. Because you know Booker T is buried on the campus, so is Dr. Carver.
That's something we're going to be checking out.
Check it out. All right, my brother.
All right,
Will do. All right. That's a good brother with his queen. You know what I mean? He said he just moved to Tuskegee. Let me find a school for sale in Tuskegee. Let me find a FDMG in Tuskegee. Is going down. Get those tickets for the day at drumarjohnson.eventbeat.com. Elizabeth City, North Carolina. I will see you August 31st. Elizabeth City State University in Elizabeth City, North Carolina, August the 31st. Raleigh, North Carolina, September 2nd. Shreveport, Louisiana, September 14th. Dallas, Texas, September 16th. Suffolk, Virginia, next Sunday, but I might be canceling it if those tickets don't start popping off. I'm just going to keep it real with y'all. Suffolk is a little slow. Dr. Umar tickets don't normally go slow. So that's where we at with Suffolk. I'm going to make that decision this week. If the tickets pick up, we're going to do it. All right, let me see if I can find somebody on this campus who can tell me where the gravesite is at. Keep gates closed. Oh, I didn't say end it. We on the campus, brothers and sisters. We on the campus of Tuskegee University, brothers and sisters. Whoa, they got the gate closed. Damn. Let me get out for a minute. Hey, Chef. I'm thinking we could park here and go find it. You think we could park here and go on foot real quick? You think I'm good at this gate, or you think I need to? You said right next to them trucks. All right, let's park. We're gonna park it out, brothers and sisters. Y'all rolling with the prince right now. You are rolling with Black America's #1 school psychologist. Whoa. I'm hitting reverse it, and it ain't letting me go reverse. Yeah, we're gonna try to make this a quick one so we can get. Yeah, but I think the GPS accounted for that hour though, didn't it? What time you got?
We got to get there before we start.
What time you got right now? Right now it's 7:06. So we get there.
It had us getting there at like 11:17.
Got it. Okay. Well, you know I got the brothers and sisters on live right now.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
That's what's
Give him a shout out, Chef.
Yeah, Chef Shane Michaels here with the doctor, man, going to pay homage. I ain't even know he was here.
Yeah, they buried on the campus, man. I brought my girl here. I had to drive her back years ago. Good friend of mine. Question is, I think they, you know what, Chef? Let's go this way. If you from Tuskegee, we need to know where the gravesite is. Calling all Tuskegee alumni. Calling all Tuskegee alumni. We are on the campus. Please let us know where to go. If we trying to find the grave. You know anybody who went here, Chef?
No.
We trying to find the grave, brothers and sisters. On the road to Montgomery, this is historic right now. It's the Prince and the Chef. I think it's up that way because I know there's a George Washington Carver Science Center, Chef. We got to remember where we coming to. Oh, man.
I don't even see nobody we can ask real quick.
I know.
Shut down, though, ain't it?
Basketball courts.
Look fairly new over there.
Let's see if we can find it. We probably gonna run into a cop asking us where we going, but that might help. Long as he don't tell us we got to get off the campus. If you went to Tuskegee, there goes somebody over there. Okay, let's catch him. We trying to find that gravesite, brothers and sisters. We in Alabama. Montgomery, it's time to go bananas. This is King Kong consciousness, baby. Looking for my ancestors, you feel me? Looking for my ancestors. There we go. Ask the brother right here. How you doing, black man? Got a question. We looking to visit the grave of Booker T and Dr. Carver real quick. I'm Dr. UMAR Johnson, well-known psychologist speaking in Montgomery today. We driving to Montgomery. I see a Tuskegee sign, 15 miles.
Right.
I said, Chef, we got to hit that.
The grave gonna be right over there. That's
So we go
straight through there. It's a church, and the grave gonna be right there. You
Okay.
can see it from here if you look straight.
So past them trees up there?
Yeah, right past them trees.
Okay,
You
so
see
straight line?
Yeah.
Okay.
Straight line.
Thank you, brother. All right now. Appreciate you. Support historically black colleges and universities. All right now. Make sure y'all support historically black colleges and universities. All my young people, go to a HBCU. But this the granddaddy of them all right here, baby. No disrespect to Howard. This the granddaddy though, this Booker T here. This the man that motivated Marcus Messiah Garvey. Mr. Garvey read Booker T's Up From Slavery on the way back to Jamaica on the boat. And he said it was that book that motivated me to build a racial uplift movement to awaken African people. Damn, Chef, this was divine. You feel me? Because when I saw that sign, it said 15 miles to Tuskegee. I said, hold on.
There we go, right up there.
You see?
Yeah, I see some graves.
Okay, there go some graves up there, and they right by each other. I think this is the George Washington. Okay, that's the chapel. I had a young brother used to work for me when I used to run a summer program in Philly. Engineer. He went here. That brother probably making $1 million a year now. Sharp brother. Tuskegee alumni all the way from North Philly. I was proud of him to go so far and get that education. I regret never going to a HBCU. I wanted to go to Howard for my doctorate. They never sent me the application like 2 years later. Okay, this is starting to look a little familiar. Now, oh yes, this is it here. Nice basketball courts.
That's why I love Bible.
Word.
You never know what you expect.
Exactly.
Instead of flying,
Exactly.
being in the one city,
Because this wouldn't have happened on no plane.
you can't catch it.
Yeah. You live with Chef Shame and Dr. Umar. We are headed to the grave site. We are on the campus of Tuskegee, Alabama. I want to pour libations, and I need this right now because y'all know we've been struggling to find FDMG. We've been struggling to build FDMG. All the schools we could have had that kept being sabotaged. So I'm gonna call on the great ancestor, the grandfather of black education, and tell him to bless me with the power to open up that FDMG. Okay? We got a grave site. But you know what, Chef? They graves are side by side. I don't remember. Wait a minute, were they in here? I remember them being by themselves. Wait, there goes his wife, Margaret Murray Washington, the wife of Booker T. Washington. Ashe, look at that. Margaret Murray Washington, 1865. No, that's his daughter, I believe.
That's the daughter?
Yeah, 1865.
Oh, yeah.
That would have been a baby. To 1925. This is the daughter of Booker T, I believe it is. I believe it is. Margaret Murray Washington, 1865. 1925. Okay. I do know they side by side. Black man, yo, Booker T gravesite. Where's Booker T Washington gravesite, my brother? Under the trees. Thank you, black man. All right, we here, baby. Libation time, we here. Through the grace of the Lord, we done found our ancestors, brothers and sisters. We live at Tuskegee University on the road to Montgomery. Okay, that's Washington, but where's Carver? They right by each other. Okay, Carver over there. So here we go, brothers and sisters. Let me give y'all what we got. You are looking at the gravesite of the greatest black educator in American history. This is the black man, Booker T. Washington, who walked to Hampton Institute from West Virginia, didn't have the money to pay the tuition, so he asked if he could work his way through college. And so the good doctor, Booker T. Washington, born in 1856, died in 1915, was given an opportunity to work his way through Hampton Institute in Virginia. Shout out to Hampton. And after Booker T graduated, the white principal of Hampton got a phone call from the blacks in Tuskegee, Alabama, and they asked him if he had a recommendation for a black man or woman who could be sent to, or who would be willing to come to Tuskegee, Alabama to teach black folks how to make a living, how to live, how to work, how to struggle. And Booker T came all the way down here to Tuskegee, and his first school was like an old barn, half-finished church, old shack. When the first students of Tuskegee showed up here on this sacred ground, this is holy ground. This is more holier than any church in black America. Let me say it again. This is holier than any church in black America. This is what I call holy ground. And so then Booker T students showed up. And when Booker T students showed up, they said, where's our lecture hall? Where's our dormitories? Where do we eat at? Where's the social hall? And Booker T said, you're standing on it. And this black man, born into slavery, led the students into rolling their sleeves up. And it was the students of Tuskegee Institute who made their own clothes, cooked their own food, burned their own bricks. In fact, the students of Tuskegee became so well known for making their own bricks that the white, you know what, Chef, see if you can get this one back down in that ground a little bit. We might got to stick them things in that ground.
That's what we do.
And the students of Tuskegee became so well known for making their own bricks that the white construction workers would come here to Tuskegee Institute, and they would buy their bricks from the black students under Booker T. Washington instead of buying them from white folks. So this is Booker T, brothers and sisters. Grab that for me, Chef.
Absolutely.
Because we about to do libation. We about to do libation to a man who paid the way for what I'm about to do.
That's right.
Booker T was the first great educator. Dr. UMAR about to be the next, because we had a lot of them. We've had a lot of them. Mary McLeod Bethune, we had a lot of them. I'm going to put Marcus Garvey. We had a lot of them. Those of you who are taking my course in Pan-African philosophy that begins September 8th, this is what we standing on. So first we want to call on the name of the supreme ruler of the universe, known as Chukwu, Amin-Ra, Olodumare, God, Allah, Jehovah, Elohim, by whatever name you choose to call supreme consciousness, because no one name can ever capture the supreme totality of the invisible magnificence of the great I Am. We say Ashe. And then I want to call on my own ancestors who are with me today. Father Belly, and my Selah, and my Jenny, and Grandma Betsy, and Grandpa Isaac, and Grandma Young Betsy, Grandpa Stephen, Grandma Caroline, Grandpa George, Grandma Annie, Mama Wayman, Papa Wayman, Charles Henry Raymond, Francis Wayman, Bishop Alexander Wayman, Grandma Caroline, Grandma Vivian, Grandpa Cicero No Miles from Cuba, Grandma Ida Johnson, who just left us in spirit April 30th. Love you, Grandma. Grandpa James Johnson, Uncle Clifford, Cousin Shanika, Grandma Gertrude, Grandpa Charlie, Grandma Curly, Robert Shoemake Jr., Robert Shoemake Sr., Emma Hollinger, Delia Pratt, Isaac Johnson, Eileen Johnson, William Thomas Tillman, Uncle Eric, Uncle Dennis, Cousin Nancy, Dr. King, Big Brother Clifford Howard, and the original black men, ancestors of Goree Island, Cape Coast, Elmina, those who came across the waters during the transatlantic Ma'afa slave trade, Ashe. We call on Booker T. Washington. We are here, Elder, to say that we thank you for your struggles. We are here to let you know that we shall never forget you. We are here to let you know that your legacy shall live on. Unquestionable, you are the father of African self-reliance. Unquestionable, you are the man that motivated the greatest black organizer in world history, Marcus Messiah Garvey, to build the UNIA. And I am here, ancestor, to call on your help. I am here, ancestor, to call on your wisdom. I am here, ancestor, to drink from the deep fountain of experience and knowledge that you have created and that you have left to us. I'm trying to build a school now, Dr. Booker T. Washington, the Frederick Douglass and Marcus Messiah Garvey Academy. And I know you know Mr. Garvey because you and Mr. Garvey communicated. Mr. Garvey came to America in 1916 to meet with you, but you had already left us for the ancestors. And I know you know Frederick Douglass because Frederick Douglass, my great ancestor, was your hero. And you wrote one of the first biographies about Frederick Douglass, and I happen to own a copy of that biography. I thank you for showing our people the wisdom of working with your hands. I thank you for showing our people the wisdom of a practical knowledge and not just an intellectual knowledge. You may not know this, Dr. Booker T. Washington, but in America today, we have over 2 million African Americans, so-called, who have master's degrees and college degrees and are unemployed. So if we ever needed to pick up your wisdom and your legacy and to follow your example of a practical industrial training, sir, the time is now. So I ask that you, your family, your late wife, I ask that you and all of your ancestors and my ancestors and our ancestors come to assist me and help me in building the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy. Should it be in Philadelphia? Should it be in New York? Should it be in Atlanta? Should it be in Alabama? Should it be in South Carolina? I don't know where it should be, sir. I've tried to get so many schools. We were this close so many times, and they keep on pulling a rug out from under me. So show me where to start. I'm here to ask for your wisdom. It was no coincidence that we ran into Tuskegee on the way to Montgomery today, sir, where I have to give a speech. And you know about giving speeches because you're one of the greatest orators our race have ever produced. So I'm here to say thank you. I'm here to say walk with me. I'm here to say come about that grave and bring that spirit and put yourself into me. Possess me with the righteousness and the example of a Booker T. Washington so I can do now what you did before I was even born. Because special ed wasn't around when you was here, sir. ADHD wasn't around when you was here, sir. The learning disability wasn't around when you was here, sir. There was no ADHD and conduct disorder, no Ritalin and no Adderall. Most of our boys are suffering, Dr. Booker T. Washington. They're being suspended, miseducated, special educated, psychiatrically medicated, juvenile incarcerated, and premature exterminated. So I'm here to pick up where you left off, great ancestor, and I humbly ask for your support. I humbly ask for your blessing. I humbly ask that you take my request to the feet of the Most High, almighty supreme ruler of the universe, the one true God of our people, and ask that God to intervene on behalf of Dr. Umar Johnson, to ask that God to job done, because our people need FDMG. They've given us $750,000 to build this school, and it must be built, so let it be so. Let it be so, sir. Let it be so now. Let it be so before next August the 21st, when we remember 400 years of struggle of our ancestors who landed in Jamestown, Virginia, 1619. So in August of 2019, for those of us who are descendants of the enslaved Africans, we remember 400 years. It's time for us to turn the corner, sir. It's time for us to pick up and get to moving on along that road of African redemption and resurrection. Thank you for what you did. Some people think you was a sellout. No, you were not. You secretly funded legal struggles to bring equality and justice to black people. You secretly gave Pan-African conferences right here on the grounds of Tuskegee to train Africans on the continent. You secretly allowed revolutionary blacks to hide on the soil of Tuskegee to escape the noose of the lynchmen. So if you was a betrayed African who went against what was in the best interests of our people, surely you wouldn't have been letting your campus be used as a hideout for black revolutionaries. Surely you wouldn't have been personally financing and bankrolling legal struggles to benefit Africans. Surely you would not have been hosting conferences for Africans in Africa, in Tuskegee, helping and training and empowering them to go back to Africa and do what we need to do. So I'm just here to say thank you. I'm glad I came. I thank God that I came. I thank the ancestors in the Orisha for manipulating that drive to Montgomery so I can get here, because Lord knows I needed to see you today, black man. Ancestor, walk with me. I need you. Ashe. 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 Let's go and do Carver.
Let's get it.
Brothers and sisters, you are live. It's the Prince and the Chef. We are on the campus of Tuskegee. We still rolling, Chef?
Yes, we still rolling, son.
Here we go, right here, baby.
This is the next.
This black man right here.
Ooh.
This black man right here. Let me see that for 1 minute, and then I'm going to pass it back to you.
Gotcha.
This black man right here, Dr. George Washington Carver. This black man right here. Let's read it. Dr. George Washington Carver died in Tuskegee, Alabama, January the 5th, 1943. A life that stood out as a gospel of self-forgetting service. He could have added fortune to fame, but caring for neither. He found happiness and honor in being helpful to the world. The center of his world was the South, where he was born in slavery some 79 years ago, and where he did his work as a creative scientist, brothers and sisters. This is Carver. This is Carver. This is the black man who was born a slave. This is the black man, according to historical record, was castrated as a child because the white family that raised him didn't want him to violate their daughter. This is the black man who was the first one to get a doctorate in agricultural science from the state of Iowa. This is the black man who was being asked to come and work for some of America's leading pharmaceutical and scientific firms, and instead, he came to Tuskegee. Could have been a millionaire, but instead he sacrificed and came to Tuskegee. And it was Booker T who found Dr. Carver and asked him to come. And Dr. Carver showed up down here on the grounds of Tuskegee Institute. And he asked Booker T. Washington, where's my science lab? Where is my dormitory? Where is my lecture hall? And Booker T said, all I have is what you see. Booker T said, all I have is what you see. So without complaining, without any remorse, without any agitation or anger, the greatest black scientist in American history went to the trash, brothers and sisters. He went to the trash, and he took out plastic, he took out iron, he took out copper, he took out all types of garbage. And you know the type of garbage that can be left in the trash of students at a university. And from all of that, from the garbage of students, this black man gave us over 300 products from the sweet potato. From the garbage of students, this black man gave us over 500 products from the soybean. From this black man, out of the garbage, we got hundreds of products from the peanut, the soybean, the sweet potato. This was the black scientist that taught us how to make plastic out of soybean. This is the black scientist that revolutionized the scientific revolution in America more than any white scientist that you can name of. Presidents came to eat with him. Presidents came to shake his hand. Presidents came to work with Dr. George Washington Carver. This is the black man who told the United States government that the continuous planting of cotton will erode your soil. Whenever you plant cotton, you have to replace the nutrients that cotton took away by planting other types of nutrients, but they did not listen. And because of that, there's large tracts of land in the South that should be arable, which are not, because they didn't follow the wisdom of George Washington Carver. And guess what else, brothers and sisters? When you come to Tuskegee, make sure you go to the George Washington Carver Museum. I think it's that building there, Chef. Either that building or that building, but it's currently closed now. Make sure you go to the museum, because what I learned at the museum when I visited back in 2008 or 2009, George Washington Carver never accepted a paycheck. He never accepted a paycheck, brothers and sisters. I don't think y'all heard what I said. I said he never accepted a paycheck. So it's time for libations. I'm going to do it from here. Dr. George Washington Carver, great ancestor. I go by the name of Dr. UMAR Johnson. I'm an educator and a fan of yours. I'm a fan of your work. I am not an agricultural scientist. I'm a psychological scientist, an educational scientist, a political scientist, but I'm here for your wisdom, for your love, for your knowledge, for your support, for your encouragement, and for your insight. I need that wisdom you got to build the greatest scientific school in American history for African children. I need that great educator's skill, that practical knowledge that you have to help me build the Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey Academy. I say Ashe to you, sir. In the name of God, I call on you to instill in me and to bring with you countless other scientists that struggled to prove that the African was not intellectually inferior to anyone. We could talk about Lewis Latimer. We could talk about all of the great African scientists. I say Ashe. Dr. Carver, we apologize for the struggles you had in your life. We apologize for the traumas and the assaults that was reaped upon you as a young child. But we are here to say that we come in your name, that your works, what you did for America, what you did for Africans, what you did for the scientific intelligence of our people, what you did for the students of Tuskegee will never, ever, ever go unremembered. So as long as you are here, we shall come with a pilgrimage to pay homage to you and your co-worker and your co-great ancestor, Dr. Booker T. Washington. You were a quiet man. You were a humble man. You wouldn't even accept the paycheck. So I ask you to bless me with that humility. Bless me with that selflessness. Bless me with that type of courage. Bless me with that type of forbearance. Always with a positive smile on your face. Always with a positive look. Forever helping whoever would be willing to learn at your feet. That is what you did. And we are here to say thank you, Ashe. I'm here to call on my ancestors to be with you, to get you up and make you come and help me build the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy. Ashe. Dr. George Washington Carver, you had a good friend who opened up a school named St. Paul's College in Lawrenceville, Virginia. Well, a couple years ago, I'm forgetting the elder's name who started that school, but he was a friend of yours. St. Paul's College in Virginia. 5 years ago, I tried to raise $2 million to buy that school, and I couldn't get it. And now a Chinese organization has bought the school. A historically black college started by one of your friends is now owned by the Chinese. It's a disgrace. That's supposed to be a black school. Whenever we have an HBCU, that's sacred ground, and it should forever remain sacred ground. I tried to get that school, but I couldn't. And then members of my own race fought against me, sir. They sabotaged me. Even now, they fight all day long. They make videos and they try to disgrace my works because they're afraid to see the magnificence of the work that God has put in me to do for them. So, Dr. Carver, I'm asking you, help me find a school. If there's a school anywhere in America where I need to put the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy, I'm asking you to manifest it now. I'm asking you and Dr. Booker T. Washington, show me where that school is supposed to go. Next summer, we will be commemorating 400 years since the Ma'afa against Africans in North America began. 1619 to 2019. The time is now, ancestor. So if you have any strength, and I know you have plenty, bring the Agungun. Call up to the Almighty Supreme Ruler of the universe and intercede on my behalf to Almighty God and say, please, please, whatever his faults, forgive him and bless him with that school, because the man's heart is good. The man's heart is pure. Ask the Lord to manifest that school for our boys, sir, because there's too much black on black crime, too much mass incarceration, too much unemployment, and the root of it all is miseducation, sir. So I humbly ask you to bless me with that school. Bless us, because it ain't about me, it's about we. Bless me today in Montgomery, Alabama with a powerful lecture. It'll be my first time going to ground zero of the civil rights movement led by Dr. King, who was just a young man by the time you transitioned, but he was one of the greats just like you and Dr. Washington. So we're going to bid you farewell, get back on this road. May the Most High, may the ancestors and the Orishas guide us safely to Montgomery, me and my good brother, Chef Shane. But I just wanted to come and pay homage to you. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Black power. Let me see that phone for a minute, Chef. Brothers and sisters, this is the Prince of Pan-Africanism, Dr. UMAR Johnson. I am here, Tuskegee Institute, Tuskegee, Alabama, paying respects to those who paved the way for me, Dr. Booker T. Washington and Dr. George Washington Carver. I'm fired up. I'm excited. If you live in Montgomery, Alabama, Mobile, Birmingham, wherever you live at, you better get there today at 4 o'clock because the ancestors are with me. Those doors are opening up at 2. Montgomery, the debut, the Prince is here, the Ifa Tunde experience. What you going to do? Black power.